Hey there, my name is Jahara, and today I will be giving you a book review over Coffee Will Make You Black by April Sinclair. This book is a fiction book, but contains some realistic events such as the Black Power and the Civil Rights Movement. This book is going to tell you a story of a young African American female. Her name is Jean Stevenson, but throughout the book, they call her Stevie. Stevie is telling a story on and explaining who she is as a person. She is growing up in the late 1960s, the early 1970s in the south side of Chicago. So Stevie goes from her childhood, maybe the age of 7 to 11, through her high school years, being 16 of her junior year of high school. And during her early years, Stevie is known to be academically smart, curious about different things, always was asking questions. And on the other side, Stevie wanted to be that popular girl. Throughout the story, she ends up being popular. Stevie ends up facing peer pressure. The students, the kids were exposing her to different things and wanted her to try new things. But Stevie wasn't that kind of person. Stevie really stood her grounds and knew that's not some of the things she wanted to take part in. So she stayed away from some of the things. Later on, Stevie does end up getting a boyfriend in high school. But before I even explain more of that, one person that was important to her was her grandmother, because her grandmother was able to express and tell her personal experience with like the civil rights and racism, and that played a big part of who Stevie is. Those experiences that her grandmother expressed to her made Stevie wear her hair naturally, expressed her skin, and was able to say black is beauty. And she starts showing off her natural hair during her freshman year in high school. She's more of, black is beauty again. And now going back to, okay, Stevie gets a boyfriend, okay. Now this author portrays and expresses many important themes in this book. But I think one of the key important things and main points is when Stevie ends up having a crush on the school nurse. And this school nurse is Caucasian. But this nurse was able to give Stevie a feeling she never had, not even from her boyfriend. She liked this feeling that the nurse gave her. And it was more of this nurse asked Stevie, are you okay today? Do you need to talk about anything? I'm always here for you. I care about you. And she just, those things Stevie's were never really exposed to, not even from her mother. And now the author can have you portraying, and she does this in the end of the book, you can portray two things. You can portray that Stevie really likes this nurse, like really like the nurse, or you can think maybe Stevie just had this motherly crush liking of her for this nurse. Maybe it wasn't what her mom was giving her, but this nurse was, because this nurse actually really cared. Because the nurse would tell Stevie, I don't want you to be like no other student. I know and I can see that you will succeed. So Stevie says, well, nobody ever tells me that. You can see that in me. So that really opens Stevie up. And so in my opinion, I think the author's purpose was to show was to inform how it's okay not to know who you are as a person, or even homosexuality is okay, but more, you're not going to know who you are as a person right away. You will be exposed to different things, and not knowing who you are is okay, but later on in life you will figure out who you are as a person. And it's okay. Maybe you like what you like, and That's how I feel. I think this book was great. This book, I personally like this book because I was able to get Stevie's emotions. It's like she was telling me her personal story. I was sitting right with her, and we're at Starbucks having coffee, and she was just expressing to me how she felt. Her details were not sugar coated. Her emotions weren't sugar coated. This book was very easy to understand. I personally like this book. I think everybody should read it when they have the time. But that's it for me. Thank you.